everybody, and welcome to Behind the Vanity. I'm Jessica. So before I get started, if you like this makeup look that I'm wearing, specifically the eye makeup, click the link up here in the corner and it'll take you to the tutorial to show you how I got this. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. About 3 years ago, I guess it'll be 4 years in January, I got Lasik eye surgery, and I had wanted to do it forever, like years ago, probably 5 years prior, and finally just bit the bullet and did it almost 4 years ago. And I had so many questions, and there was so much that I didn't realize, and so I just wanted to kind of share with you like 10 things that I've kind of learned through the process. And first of all, it was the best thing I ever did. I was never able to, my vision wasn't really bad. I got glasses in high school, and I was kind of where I only really had to wear them to kind of see like the chalkboard, or like when I was driving, or like if I wanted to watch a movie and see really clear. But other than that, I wouldn't wear them. And so, over the course of 12 or so years, things just started getting more and more blurry, and then you start thinking of how much you're squinting in your eyes, the wrinkles, but I had tried on 2 different occasions to get contact lenses. Epic fail for me. I could get them in my eyes. That wasn't like a problem, but I could feel them in my eyes, and I literally wouldn't put them in because I hated the way they felt in my eyes. And I tried like the thinnest ones I could find, just no luck. So I was like, I just gotta get this done someday. Anyways, so here are my 10 things that I can share with you that I learned through my experience. And of course, your experience might be different, where you have yours done might be different, but when I went through it, this is what I experienced. So let's get started. So number 1 is, if you think that there's a possibility that you might want to get LASIK eye surgery, just go get the consultation. Don't put it off, just go do it. A lot of times at places, you get a free consultation. I don't know that that's true everywhere, but definitely look around and see, and see who offers a free consultation, and check and just see if you are good for it. And that brings me into number 2, which is not everybody's a candidate for it. So I was a good candidate, so I learned that in my consultation, and so all was good. Now my boss was thinking about getting it done, and he went for a consultation. Actually, he didn't even get to go to a consultation because he went to the place that I went to. I recommended it to him, and he was on the phone, and they were asking him about his vision, and they pretty much told him on the phone, you're not a candidate because he, I think, is farsighted or something like that. Don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure, but he was not a candidate, and they knew it by talking to him that he was not gonna be. So for him, it stopped right there. Should he get a second opinion? Maybe, but obviously they could have taken his money if they wanted, but they didn't, so they were honest. I feel that that's probably a very honest answer for them to say, you're not gonna be a candidate with whatever this set of issues. So anyway, so you may or may not be a good candidate. So if you're thinking about it at all for the future, get your consultation and just see if you're a good candidate, because you might not be, and then decisions made. So definitely do that. So number 3, when I went through the screening process and everything and learned that my vision made me a good candidate, they do a number of tests. They just check you for all kinds of things. It's like an eye exam on steroids, from what I remember. And they had done some tests, and they concluded that I had very dry eyes. I didn't even really realize it. So basically that was important, because apparently if you have dry eye syndrome, and they will usually test you for it, at least the place I went to did, they basically say, they kind of give you an out at that point, because there's a chance, of course with anything there's risks, but there's a chance if you have dry eye that you might always feel like you have something in your eye after you get the surgery. And so they kind of say, if you don't want to get it done, you don't have to. So I opted to get it done, because I was like, I'm either going to have something, eyeglasses on my eyes or contacts in my eyes. So either way, I'm gonna feel like there's something on my eyes. I might as well be able to see. So I decided to just go on ahead. And in my experience, I don't feel like I have something in my eye. My eyes feel fine. I sometimes get a little bit, like if I sleep with the fan on or I sleep with a window open, my eyes can get a little bit dry at night, but definitely not a deal breaker. For me, it was not a deal breaker. Point number 4 is if you do decide to go through with it, a lot of places will finance it. To go to a reputable place that does this procedure, you don't want to look for a deal. Just assume you're going to spend a few $1,000s. Don't think you're going to spend $600 and you're going to be done with this. Just assume that if you're going to do it, you're going to pay for it. And they charge per eye. So it's like a couple thousand for one eye, a couple thousand for the other eye. Because apparently sometimes people will do one at a time. They'll do one and then they'll do the other. I did both in the same day. So yes, point number 4, let me get back to it, is that you can finance it. You can do like interest-free payments and different things like that to help make it affordable, because who has a few $1,000s to just throw down on something like that? So it can be financed if that is an option that sounds good to you. Like I said, along with that, don't look for a deal. Don't look for a deal. Be wary of that. Of course, do your research with anybody you're gonna go with, but definitely don't be persuaded that you're gonna pay just a few $100s an eye. Generally speaking, I have one of my best friends works for an eye doctor, and she's worked there for 15 years, and she said it's pretty much gonna cost you thousands. So just like most things in this world, you can finance it. So number 5 is if you do get it done, go to all your follow-up appointments. You've invested so much money, so much time already. Go to all your appointments. Don't skip out. Wait until you're released by your doctor. And of course, it's just good practice. There's being a good patient. And it's important to be a good patient, especially when you're dealing with your eyes. I mean, they're your eyes. But also too, a lot of times, at least mine, I think it's a fairly common practice that it's warranted. So if my eyes get worse up to a certain point, I can have the surgery done for free. So I can't remember what the threshold is, but if they get so bad to where I need it again, they'll do the procedure for free, I guess. So, and a lot of times you have to go to all your follow-up appointments, as well as, at least in where I went, and I'm sure this is probably a common practice as well, getting eye exams every year. So I get an eye exam every year. That way I have it on file that I've got if I ever need to have the procedure redone, I've gotten my eye exams every year, and I went to all my follow-up appointments, just in case. So point number 6, and this is something that I did not know. I walked in, I got my consultation and all my testing done in like the summertime. Well, that's like my busy season at work, and I work 6 days a week in a show. I have to wear makeup. There's no way around it. And I get 1 day off a week. And I was just going in thinking, because I know you go in, you have it done, and you come home and like you can see. I knew it was very non-invasive. People talk about just going and getting it done and then like going to work the next day. So I thought it was that simple. It's not. It's not. I couldn't get it done because you can't wear makeup for a couple weeks. Not only can you not wear makeup for a couple weeks, you can't wear face lotion. You have to be very careful about taking a shower. You don't want anything to get in your eye. That first week or 2 is very crucial. The shower thing, actually, after a couple days, you can kind of shower and carefully not get stuff in your eye. But the makeup, for me, the directions were 2 weeks for face lotions, makeup of any kind. So there was gonna be no way I could do my job. I couldn't take 2 weeks off. So I had to wait till January for my off season where I could go have it done and then hibernate for 2 weeks without wearing any makeup or anything like that. So that's important to know. If you have to wear makeup, know that you should. Now, again, this is you shouldn't. There are all kinds of people that don't care about what you should and shouldn't do, and that's a different thing. But generally speaking, I had no idea that you couldn't, after like a couple days, wear face lotion and makeup. So that surprised me, and it changed. It made me have to push it back about 6 months. And that's also something men don't really deal with, So of course the guy's like, yeah, I was like in work the next day. Well, you ain't wearing makeup. Most of y'all aren't wearing makeup. Number 7 is the results for me were pretty instant. you know, you get the surgery done and you're wearing goggles and it's bright. They give you sunglasses to wear. It's bright. Your eyes will be teary and you really won't be able to open them up very well. And then they pretty much advise that you go home and you sleep for a few hours. They give you like Tylenol PM and Valium or something like that. And so when you get it done, you go home. Of course, you can't drive home. You can't, it's not that you can't see, it's just your eyes are really, really sensitive. So you get your ride home, you go home and you sleep, and that's easy. And you sleep for a few hours, and apparently that's when most of the pain would be. So you pretty much sleep through the unpleasant time where your eyes are watery and they might be a little painful. And when you wake up, when I woke up like 5 or 6 hours later, I could see clear. It was just the craziest thing. I had no more burning. I don't know if that's everyone's case, but just a few hours later, I could see clearly. It was just amazing. Point number 8 is just because you get it doesn't mean you might not need reading glasses or something like that someday, because your eyes are still gonna change, they're gonna age, and different things are gonna happen. So it's not necessarily like a do it and be done forever kind of a thing. So, you know, someday I might need reading glasses, and you know, and that's okay. So just know that they usually let you know that, you know, that that's a thing that might happen, so you don't get upset if it happens. Point number 9 is I know a lot of people are scared to get it, and just like anything, there are risks. You're gonna have to do your research, you have to make the decision for yourself, all that kind of thing. But I read something somewhere, and I don't know how true it is, don't quote me, but that it is generally, getting the LASIK eye surgery is generally safer than the way a lot of people wear their contact lenses. Like for instance, if you put in your contacts and you leave them in forever and sleep in them and all that stuff, technically the surgery is safer than that practice. So, you know, you can be afraid or not, and that's up to you. And point number 10, and this is a very, very, very important point, and don't get curious about this. You're on YouTube. Do not immediately shut this video off and go do this. You will be sorry. I did it after my surgery, and don't watch videos on the surgery. I can promise you, it doesn't feel the way it looks. It's like when it's happening, you don't know what's happening. You can't see it. To experience it is so, I had no pain, I had no unpleasant feelings. I was actually really calm, because they do their best to really keep you calm. They give you medicine to keep you calm, and they give you pain medicine, they give you stuff for your nerves. And so I just remember being really very calm, and I had no idea what was going on. So, and that helped, like I said. So don't watch videos, don't watch videos, don't watch videos. And yeah, it does not feel like anything. It's like they put this thing on your eye and you just feel like a little bit of pressure, and then it's like it goes dark for a second, and they do what they do, and it's done just within seconds, minutes. It's so quick. So don't ruin it with watching videos. Trust me. So kind of in conclusion, you know, my results were one thing, but everyone's is different, and so you just have to choose what's right for you, listen to your doctor, go with your gut, all that kind of good stuff. And, you know, and they say that like over the course of a few months after, your eyes change, it gets better. My vision went up to 20/20, you know, however long after. And I think since in the 4 years that I've had it done, my vision has changed a little bit. It's gotten just like a little tiny bit worse, just because, you know, I'm aging and my eyes are older, and, you know, and whatnot. So my vision has changed a little bit in a few years, and that's okay. I wanted to share my experience and just tell you things you might not know, and kind of just, you know, just talk about my experience a little bit. Like I said, your experience might be completely different, and you have to make all of those decisions for you. I'm not a specialist. I just am someone that had it done, and I can tell you about my experience. So anyways, if you've ever had it done or you're thinking about it, comment below and let me know. Thank you so much for watching this kind of different video today, and subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification, and like this video, share this video with anybody that is considering getting LASIK eye surgery, you know, could just shed a little bit of light. Sometimes you just kind of need like a friend to kind of tell you their experience, and we don't always have a friend that went through it. So I will be that person. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.